Imagine walking into a room where your future is about to be decided. You're nervous, your palms are sweaty, and you're mentally rehearsing your answers. But today, we're going to change that narrative. We are going to turn that nervous energy into your greatest professional asset. To land the job you truly want, you have to stop acting like a candidate and start acting like a strategic partner. A company doesn't just hire a person, they hire a solution to a problem. Your job is to prove that you are that solution. Most people start an interview by waiting for questions, but the most successful professionals lead the conversation. When they ask, "Tell me about yourself," they don't want a chronological history of your life. They want to know why you're the right fit for this specific role right now. Use the present, past, future model. Start with the present. I am currently a marketing manager in the agricultural sector, focusing on driving brand awareness and managing complex brand transitions. Then bridge to the past. Before this, I spent years refining my skills in digital strategy and project management, which allowed me to increase engagement by significant margins. Finally, point to the future. And now I'm looking to bring that expertise to your team to help scale your operations globally. One of the biggest mistakes candidates make is being too humble or too vague. In marketing and management, results are everything. Don't just say, "I'm good at my job." Use power verbs and data. Say, "I spearheaded a brand transition," or "I optimized our social media budget to achieve a higher ROI." If you've worked on a project like moving a brand from one identity to another, talk about the strategic alignment and the stakeholder management involved. This shows you understand the big picture, not just the daily tasks. When the conversation shifts to your weaknesses, avoid the "I'm a perfectionist" cliché. Interviewers see right through it. Instead, show professional maturity. Talk about a real skill you've worked to improve. For example, in the past, I found it challenging to delegate tasks because I wanted to ensure everything was perfect. However, I realized that to grow as a leader, I needed to trust my team. I've since implemented new project management tools that allow me to oversee progress without micromanaging, which has significantly improved our team's efficiency. This answer proves you are self-aware and capable of growth. Now let's talk about behavioral questions. Those tricky "tell me about a time when" prompts. This is where the STAR method is your best friend. Situation, task, action, and result. When you describe a conflict or a challenge, keep the situation brief, but go deep into your actions. What did you specifically do to solve the problem? Most importantly, always end with a positive result. If you managed a difficult social media crisis or a budget cut, explain how your interventions saved the project or improved the outcome. In the corporate world, stories without results are just anecdotes. Stories with results are evidence of your value. Your vocabulary also needs an upgrade if you want to sound like a high-level manager. Stop using words like hard-working or nice. Replace them with diligent, collaborative, analytical, and results-oriented. Instead of saying, "I talk to customers," say, "I manage client relationships and identify consumer pain points." This shifts the perception of your role from someone who follows orders to someone who drives the business forward. Beyond the words you speak, your non-verbal communication carries immense weight. Even if you're speaking a second language, confidence is universal. Maintain steady eye contact, sit up straight, and use hand gestures to emphasize your points. This signals that you are comfortable in high-pressure environments. If you get stuck on a word, don't panic. Pause, take a breath, and rephrase. A calm professional who makes a small grammar mistake is always more hireable than a perfect speaker who lacks confidence. As the interview winds down, you'll inevitably be asked, "Do you have any questions for us?" Never say no. This is your chance to interview them. Ask about the company culture, the biggest challenges the team is facing, or how they measure success for this role. Ask, What would a successful first 90 days look like for the person in this position? This shows you're already thinking about how to contribute to their success. It transforms the dynamic from, "Please hire me," to, "Let's see if we can work together." Finally, remember that an interview is a skill, and like any skill, it requires practice. You are a creator, a manager, and a strategist. You have a unique story that combines marketing expertise with a deep understanding of your niche. Don't just answer questions. Tell your story in a way that makes it impossible for them to imagine the team without you. Go into that room knowing your worth. You aren't just looking for a job. You are looking for the next platform where you can make an impact. Stay consistent, stay sharp, and believe in the value you bring to the table. You've prepared for this, and you are ready. Would you like me to create a power vocabulary list specifically for marketing managers to help you prepare for these types of interviews? Once you have mastered the introduction and the core questions, it is time to focus on the most delicate part of the conversation, the negotiation and the cultural alignment. Many people feel uncomfortable when the topic of salary or benefits comes up, but as a manager, you must treat this as a strategic business discussion. Do not view it as asking for a favor. View it as determining the market value of your expertise. When the interviewer asks about your salary expectations, avoid giving a single, rigid number immediately. Instead, speak in ranges and use the phrase total compensation package. You might say, "Based on my research of the current market for marketing managers with my level of experience in the agricultural sector, I am looking for a range between X and Y, but I am also very interested in the total package, including professional development opportunities and performance-based bonuses." This shows that you are flexible but also aware of your worth. Beyond the numbers, you need to demonstrate that you are a cultural fit for the organization. Companies today are not just looking for a set of skills, they are looking for a mindset that aligns with their vision. If the company values innovation, talk about a time you took a calculated risk and what you learned from it. If they value sustainability, mention your interest in biological solutions and long-term brand equity. Use phrases like strategic alignment and cultural contribution. Instead of saying, "I want to work here because you are a big company," say, "I am drawn to your organization because your commitment to sustainable growth mirrors my own professional values." This makes the connection personal and professional at the same time. In the modern workplace, you also need to address the dynamics of remote or hybrid environments. As a marketing leader, your ability to manage a team and maintain brand consistency across digital platforms is crucial. If the role involves remote work, emphasize your proficiency with collaboration tools and your ability to stay productive without direct supervision. Mention your digital fluency and your proactive communication style. This reassures the employer that you can handle the complexities of a modern, perhaps decentralized, team structure. Another critical area is how you handle the case study or problem-solving portion of the interview. If they present you with a marketing challenge, for example, how to launch a new product line like Botanica, or how to manage a difficult brand transition, don't just give an answer. Walk them through your thought process. Start by identifying the target audience and their pain points. Discuss the market positioning and the multi-channel approach you would use. Mention KPIs or key performance indicators such as customer acquisition cost and brand sentiment. By speaking the language of data and strategy, you prove that your creative ideas are backed by a solid business foundation. Finally, we must talk about the power of the follow-up. The interview doesn't end when you leave the room or close the laptop. A well-crafted follow-up email is your last chance to make an impression. Within 24 hours, send a personalized note. Don't just say thank you for the interview. Instead, reference a specific part of your conversation. You could say, "I particularly enjoyed our discussion about the future of digital marketing in the agro industry. It further convinced me that my experience in brand strategy would be a great asset to your upcoming projects."
This shows that you were truly listening and that you are already thinking about how to help the company succeed.
Remember, every high-level position requires a high-level mindset. You are not just a candidate, you are a professional who brings a wealth of knowledge in marketing, management, and even specialized fields like plant genetics. Your diverse background is your edge. Use it to show that you can connect the dots between technical data and consumer emotions. Stay composed, keep your vocabulary sharp, and treat every interaction as an opportunity to demonstrate your leadership. You have the skills, you have the experience, and now you have the words. Step into your next interview with the quiet confidence of someone who knows they belong at the table. Go into that room knowing your worth. You aren't just looking for a job, you are looking for the next platform where you can make an impact. Stay consistent, stay sharp, and believe in the value you bring to the table. You've prepared for this, and you are ready. Would you like me to create a power vocabulary list specifically for marketing managers to help you prepare for these types of interviews?